New year, new us, it's Popular Cults. Welcome back to Popular Cult. I'm here this evening. My name is Chris. With me is...
I'm John. I'm still here.
And Gavin's been invited back.
Gavin's been invited back. I'm excited about this because Gavin was here when I wasn't here. Gavin covered for me. And now tonight, we're all going to miss him. Gavin is covering for Charlie.
Yes.
But
should I put on an American accent?
I would rather that you did
I'll do my best.
not.
No.
Just be you, bro.
Just be you. Just do you.
Sure.
Just do you. So we do miss Charlie, but it's exciting to have Gavin back. The episode that Gavin was on that I was not on was excellent. To the point where I was tempted not to come back.
Thank you.
Oh, nah. It's good to have you.
Yeah.
What are we talking about today, fellas?
We actually have something exciting, don't we, John?
We do.
Something different.
Very different.
Very different.
We're instead of the like the normal times where we just chuck a movie on and you guys just listen to us babble on about it and other things.
Usually other things.
Usually other things.
It's surprisingly tangential.
That's true.
Isn't it?
We are going to try and focus our creative energies.
Other things.
Into
the podcast.
To specific stuff. And tonight we're going to focus on just a recap of our last year collectively, the fellas and myself and you at home or in the car listening, wherever you are.
Or on a run, or on a cycle, or a
Absolutely.
kayak.
Sorry, on the run or on our run? This is going out to you.
We'll take anybody. If you've just broken out of jail and you've subscribed to our podcast.
Kimball!
So good.
Like, comment, subscribe.
Richard Kimball.
Richard Kimball.
Richard Kimball.
So,
Mate, if you're a fugitive,
Yeah.
please tune in.
Yeah.
so good.
If you're a one-armed man, we'll take you as well. I'm absolutely fine with
Was
that.
the one-armed man the one who killed his wife?
Yes, that's
Totally.
the reference. I'm not
so
making a mask reference. It wasn't me. It was the one-armed man.
What there's another thing that could be my one-armed man. It was just that. It's going to drive me crazy now.
We'll circle back to it.
A white whale.
What we
A
are
one-armed man.
going to dive right into is we're just going to kind of do our awards show. We've got the Oscars, the Academy Awards coming up this next month, and we thought we'd do our own popular cult version of that.
Oh, I thought you said we had them. Like
Are we going with...
had them.
No, we haven't made actual awards.
Oh, good.
No,
There's a slightly lower budget than that.
Out of tinfoil.
Yeah. Well, if you want to...
That we spray painted gold.
I'm not going to put up any money for that. But
I wondered, are we going with the Poppies? Because I feel like that's an okay name.
that's great.
The Poppies is better than the Culties. I think the Culties is bad, right?
And the
Look.
culty goes to.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, unless you're in a cult.
We can have one award named the Culty,
The Culties could be for the really bad ones,
Yeah,
maybe.
absolutely. And it's just like
and
a
the
Nike
Poppies for the
shoe
good ones.
Yeah.
with some Kool-Aid inside.
Nike. Are cults for rich people or poor people? Because our opinions on
Great
on
question.
rich people have already been put out there.
Yes.
They are on the list that you asked for, Gavin, of people we've called out.
Where is that list? Can I see
I'm
it?
working on it. You want the work in progress version of the list
Oh, yeah, give us a dabble.
of people who have
I'm
been
sure-
called out on air by the popular
Please.
cult?
All right, so this is going to be our 2017 recap of
People
people
we've
we've
offended.
alienated
So far
and
that
offended.
I could remember whilst listening to your podcast,
Sure.
including the stuff that you called out on the episode.
Yes.
There was neo-Nazis. Fuck them. Honestly. No time for them.
No, don't have sex with them. But if you see them on the street,
no, just to make that clear, that's not what we're encouraging.
No.
No. If anything, the opposite.
don't fuck a neo-Nazi.
Yeah, correct. Gamergate.
Tell us more about Gamer.
I don't want to talk about that at
Gamergate.
all. Just the fact that it ever happened is a bad thing.
Right.
But fuck,
After Gamergate, what's on the list?
I called out Michael Rosenbaum, but it was just a joke.
He's actually really dope.
officially we really love Michael
Yes,
Rosenbaum.
yeah.
We love him.
He's an unfortunate addition to the list, but it's not within my power to take him off.
All right. So can we put a
McDonald's
strike line
came up
through
more
it?
than once,
That's an asterisk.
but I'm not sure when. I think that it was called out on your Pick of Destiny episode.
What is it? McDonald's?
Yeah.
Yeah. Charlie said, fuck McDonald's.
Just because McDoubles are back and they're $2 and he's jealous.
At the
Because
time of-
honestly, if Charlie gets a McDouble, it's just pickles and onions.
At the time of airing the podcast.
There's ketchup in there and mustard.
Yeah. I
Yeah,
don't
well,
think
I
you
don't.
can-
you used to work there. Are they
I
the
can't tell you where they're from.
okay?
I don't know what their mustard
England,
contains.
also inexplicably, which I was hurt by. I
He's
like
not
England.
a fan of McDonald's.
No,
That's,
not a big fan.
And it might be the low wages, not just the food,
Mhm.
possibly.
I think it's to do with the industry of the food industry.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. There was definitely some more anti-vaxxers.
Yep.
They were called out early on, real early on. I think I got fewer than 3 sentences in before I called them out.
Welcome to the podcast. Vaccinate your kids.
Do though.
No,
Vaccinate
absolutely.
your kids. It's popular cults.
Yeah.
That was all I could remember at the time. But I am positive there's more.
I really thought you were going to have a huge list.
Nah.
Look, at this point, it's
As
like 6
usual,
to 8 hours
disappointing.
worth
I know
of listening.
I know John's list is huge,
Yeah.
but that's on a different topic. that
Yeah,
we
so
should
this is a
maybe
different
get
list.
back to.
Yep. So dialing back into what we're doing for tonight is that we are going to go through and give some awards out for random things throughout the year, mostly movie and or TV related.
Yeah, popular culture,
Popular
perhaps.
culture related.
These are the poppies.
Some poppies for the best ones.
Don't cut 'em
and
down.
some culties for the worst
Culties
ones.
for the bad ones. So, are we going to give a poppy and a culty for each category, or if we can't think of one, we'll do the other? What is the go, John?
I mean, I just chucked down best and worst at this
Best
point.
and the
but
worst.
Sure.
It's we'll see where we go.
Let's do it.
What do you got, brother?
Well, I wanted to get. There's a few things that obviously we talked about, and I wanted to get your ideas on. But one that really struck with me for the year is I couldn't pick the best action sequence, and I've got at least 6 options here. So
At least
I'm
6
gonna
options. So
run
the
you through.
categories are.
So this is the best action sequence.
It's going to be fun to see how many of these I've actually seen.
Oh,
Yeah.
So here we go.
because
So-
you're pretty underground.
No, I'm a TV guy. Like, I love that I'm on a movie-based podcast or popular culture podcast.
Yeah.
But I'm a TV guy. I've seen way more TV than in a year than what I see movies.
You may have
Yeah.
seen this. It's all right.
Let's do it.
So best action sequence, we're starting with No Man's Land, Wonder Woman. So
No.
this is the part of the film.
Are you saying this is a veto, or you haven't seen it?
No, I have not seen the movie.
Okay. It's-
Okay, I could probably pull up clips while we do this, but at this point,
I don't know if that.
Watch
I
this,
don't know-
Gav.
I don't know if that's-
See if you want to give it a poppy or a
If you didn't
culty.
see it in the film, I don't know if it's going to work the same, right? I think we
I
just
guess.
Let's go through the rest of the list
yeah, let's
first.
go through the list.
Alright,
Because you can
so
vote for something else.
No Man's Land, Wonder Woman. We've got the entire second half of the film for John Wick 2 as an action sequence because he just kills everybody. Ferry disaster scene in Spider-Man: Homecoming. Yandu kills everybody in Guardians 2.
That's the one I've seen.
The beast mode in the forest at the end with Logan.
Yeah.
Oh.
And Throne Room, The Last Jedi.
Ooh,
Interesting.
interesting.
Mm.
So, is this a situation where I must choose from one of those? Because none of those are my pick.
No. This is you're okay to have your own pick.
I'm allowed my own opinion in this
I think
situation.
that's the point.
I just
Yeah.
wrote down a half a bunch. I've
Okay,
got my
half a bunch.
favourites for that.
All right.
But
So,
yeah.
so what would be your poppy, J-Boy? I'm not going to ever say J-Boy again. I'm really sorry about that.
Probably the throne room in The Last
The
Jedi.
throne room in The Last Jedi. Gav, you've seen The Last Jedi?
Nope.
Nope. Okay.
Nope.
So when we
I,
do that,
I had a child ruin it for me.
Okay.
he told you it was about space wizards, didn't he? So my poppy for action scene for 2017,
Mm-hmm.
Goes to.
Luke versus Kylo Ren
Ooh.
in The Last Jedi.
It's pretty good.
Like, spoilers, but that is a showdown that happens. And I thought between cinematography, between choreography, and just sheer how badass that moment is. It was like a moment I dreamed up as a child.
Yep.
I'm giving it to her.
It's a good
Go-
choice.
Logan Beast Mode at the end of Logan is pretty G-darn awesome.
It's really good.
It's
Did you,
really
you
good.
guys have seen Logan, and again,
Yep.
that's
Mm.
one I haven't seen. Did you see it in color or the black and white version?
I believe the black and white was only on Blu-ray.
Oh,
Yep.
okay,
Yep.
sure.
It's true.
So I have
we saw
yet
it
to
in
see
cinema.
the noir cut.
version. Yeah, okay.
But I'm really excited to because it was a friend of ours' movie of the year, including Last Jedi,
Oh, wow.
and he
Okay.
apparently
It's
is a Star Wars fan.
And he
Yep.
specified the black and white noir.
Yeah,
Fantastic.
noir
That's the one.
is
Okay.
the
That's the one I'll
is
watch.
the
then.
cut. Yeah, I think so. It's sort of like with Blade Runner, right? You just watch the best edition. That
Of
they
course,
have,
yeah, sure.
Moving on from that particular one, we've got a bunch of categories, and I haven't filled them all with my thoughts, so I'll get some of yours. The best performance this year. Look, I'm going to extend this to TV for things that were released this year, Gav.
Good,
Yep.
thank you. Because
Um,
I have to think about the movies I have seen this year,
Yeah.
and
That's
there's
fair.
literally one coming to mind.
Yep, that's fair.
What are we doing it for any sort of performance? Are we doing action, dramatic?
Any performance.
Any performance of any kind.
Yep.
Cool.
I think best performance for me goes to the CGI guys for the Justice League.
Wow. Wow. Look, it's an impressive effort.
It's
They did achieve the brief. The moustache was gone.
it's true, and I'm sure they didn't have a lot of time to do it.
They had months to do it, but
Have we
that's so much
seen the
work.
moustache? Because that movie that he's in hasn't come out yet.
Correct. Because ironically,
That comes out this year.
I don't know if I mentioned this on one of the previous episodes, but he was needed for reshoots on Justice League.
Yep.
Paramount were not willing to bend on the mustache.
Mm-hmm.
He
Even
must
though,
not shave
it
the
is something that you can easily grow back.
correct, but they
or
were like,
stick a fake
not
one
our
on.
problem.
Exactly.
Yeah,
His
so
contract had it in.
contract had it in. You must not. We're losing him from shooting our movie, so he can do reshoots for your movie. We're not going to let you do anything to spoil our movie by doing that. So he was not released from his contract to shave his mustache. They edited out his mustache out of the reshoots. He goes back to Mission Impossible. Tom Cruise hurts himself. They go on 3 months of shooting delay. Just for those at home doing the math, that is enough time to grow back a mustache.
Yeah, that's 40 mustaches. Now, is this the footage that we saw where he jumps off the building and has to land on another one, break his ankle or something like that?
I'm not sure.
Okay.
I haven't seen any Mission Impossible movies.
Oh,
Have
okay.
you not?
I don't think
That's
so.
something
I
that we
do
need
not
to
believe
rectify.
so.
Well,
I
we
know
had
the
a-
theme song vaguely, but not. That's the one. Yeah, I've definitely heard that.
By the two other guys in U2 that no one can name.
Yeah. So it's not Beanie or
It's not Beanie.
Front Ponds.
Or Paul Hewson. Yes, Bono.
It's Drummer Boy
Yeah, Adam Clayton and the
or
other dude.
Bassman.
Yep, that's
Yeah.
exactly right.
So in your riffing, have you guys thought of a best performance for
Yeah,
yourself?
I have mine.
Okay, Chris, let's
I
see
think
yours.
I had it the moment you asked it, so I'm pretty confident that I'm happy with it now. The Poppy for best performance is for the performance of one Sir Patrick Stewart in Logan.
Ooh.
That's
So
good.
his performance of an aged Professor Xavier.
Yep.
You know, weakened from time and sick and struggling with what might be dementia.
Yeah, I think at this point he's
He's definitely lost control of some of his mental faculties.
yeah, he's made clear that his mind is almost what was once such a good asset is now turned against him.
Yeah, and it's essentially made him lose control of his power as well.
Mm-hmm.
And up until now, they've shown him with a great deal of power and an even greater amount of restraint. But now one of those has slipped badly. So, yeah, I'm going to have to give it to Sir Pat Stew for this one here.
He is a sir now, too,
He's
isn't
been
he?
a Sir for a while, I
Sir
think.
Pat
for a
Sir
long
Pat
time.
Stew and Sir Ian Mack. So they're bros with the knighthoods.
I love it that you're saying it like you know him. Yeah, no, me and Sir Pat Stew and
So Sir
Ian
Pat
Mack.
Stew is his Twitter handle.
Is it really?
Yeah, at Sir Pat
Smart.
Stew.
Yeah.
And the last I checked, though I haven't followed him recently, I did have to do a cull and
Sure.
didn't make it. It was
Ian McKellen didn't make it.
Patrick Stewart didn't make it.
Oh, okay.
Was
Ian McKellen
brilliant actor, boring Twitter.
No, okay.
Yeah.
It's true.
Yeah.
And look,
Sometimes the people with the most interesting lives have the least interesting Twitters.
Well,
I think
yeah.
sometimes having an uninteresting life makes for an interesting Twitter because you have more time for Twitter. I don't think Ian McKellen even has Twitter.
No, probably not. But if I was going to be real with you, if Patrick Stewart's Twitter was literally verbatim, just that bit in extras where he says, and I've seen all of it. Have you seen extras? I should have asked first. Okay.
Nah.
That I would just follow. If it was just the lines from extras that he did,
Yeah.
you guys need
So
to watch
kicking
that
back
episode.
to
if his own Twitter was just gifs of him from the Star Trek
Safe
series,
Farm.
Correct.
that's
Yeah,
correct.
that'd be fine.
He should set up like an app that just tweets GIFs or stills or Sir Patrick Stewart memes.
Yep.
And he can tweet his boring stuff as well. And I would refollow.
Hey, Patrick Stewart.
so true.
Patrick
'Cause there
Stewart,
is-
make it so.
My favorite meme, it's one of those memes that's sort of like a web comic that's been cobbled together out of memes.
sure.
And it's Sir Patrick Stewart talking to Wesley. And he says, Wesley, what's the difference between your mother and the Prime Directive?
Oh no!
And Wesley says, what? And then it cuts to like shirtless Patrick Stewart in his jocks with his leg over going, I've never violated the Prime Directive.
Mm-hmm. Oh, brilliant.
And then just like Wesley going, no!
So good.
No.
Yeah, too good.
Gav, do you have a best performance for the last year?
I do. Mine's going to be from a TV show because, as
Shocking.
previously stated, that's more of what I watch. David Harbour from Stranger Things.
Part 1 or 2?
You know what? Second, because that's
Season 2.
2017. 2016 was season 1, wasn't
True.
it?
It's true.
I believe.
Rightly so.
And he had a lot more
He's
to
amazing.
work with this season.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I
Absolute,
actually, regrettably, I'm yet to finish Stranger Things season 2. I think I'm only a couple of episodes in.
Sure.
Yep.
But Hopper.
He gets a lot of he gets
lot
paired
of
up with a lot of different
room
people, which is fun.
Mhm.
To sort
Yep.
of, to stretch his job.
It's not just
Yeah.
Joyce and him; it's him with other people.
Exactly.
Really
David,
good.
Amazing
David Hopper.
performance.
David Harbour.
Yeah,
Yeah.
David
He's
Harbour,
gonna
but
be
he
playing
plays
Hellboy.
Hopper.
He will be playing Hellboy.
Yeah.
Hellboy.
Yeah,
Is it-
absolutely.
A continuation or a reboot? Do we know?
I think it's a reboot.
Is it too soon for a reboot for
No,
Hellboy?
I don't think so.
No, I'm
as
good.
good, I think, as Hellboy was, it may have been too niche.
Yep, that and also just I don't think the culture around at the time wasn't ready to accept it as mainstream.
Okay.
Whereas
yeah.
now we've got the Marvel films just
Yeah, sure.
dominating
Well, in those
everything.
days, they did fringe stuff, right? So you
Totally.
had Blade,
Mhm.
you had Fantastic Four. That's why they dipped their toe in with the first one that was Iron Man.
Yeah.
Because Iron Man wasn't a big deal
No,
until the movies. Now Iron Man's a huge
it's
deal. but
fantastic. Yeah.
Pre-RDJ 2008 Iron Man was a safe bet for a movie studio because he didn't damage the real moneymaker,
Exactly.
the comic books.
Yep.
Yep, for Spider-Man, the
Smart.
Hulks, and the Wolverines.
Yeah, I mean, the fact that they did Spider-Man, to be honest, now, looking back, that was ballsy.
for sure.
And the fact that they gave it to somebody like Sam Raimi, which was the right choice. And I stand by Raimi. I stand by those movies. Because the guy he's a nerd. He's one of us.
Yep.
For sure.
And he's a great director. Like,
He knows
I
how
don't
to make a
think
good
anyone
film.
since has incorporated like horror elements in a non-horror. Like, I don't even think there's been any horror comic book movies.
No.
Maybe Blade would be the closest, but it's kind of action-y. More action than horror. But like that bit in Spider-Man 2,
You're talking about Doc Ock with the arms in the
Doc
hospital?
Ock with the
So
arms
good.
and the autopsy.
Yeah,
That's legit scary.
Yeah.
And the bit where the guy's getting dragged off and his nails are ripping up the floor, that is, well, I mean, it's vintage Sam Raimi.
Yeah, of
It's
course.
chilling.
It is, though.
I got super scared as a kid watching that.
I
but
got
it's
so scared.
so good
But I
for
kept
that.
watching.
Oh, for sure.
But
Stuck
it
in the
didn't-
theater.
Well, it didn't scare me like some of the other stuff that I had seen. I guess I was a little bit older.
You are notoriously bad with horror films.
I am notoriously a fraidy cat,
Yeah.
is the technical term.
There you go.
It's
All
a
right.
legitimate illness.
So we obviously like to talk about superheroes. We're going to move into maybe the best superhero performance of the year. I have at least 4 picks for you, and I'm welcome to accept other ones.
Sure.
Lay it
If,
on us.
You know, TVs. You got people like.
No.
Um,
Mine is from a movie.
Okay, that's fair.
Superhero.
I'm just saying.
Absolutely.
TV
from a
is also
movie.
welcome because you have your Grant Gustins, you have your Stephen Amell's, and you
Mm.
have your Marvel Netflix series Defenders
Melissa
was out
Benoit.
like last
Yeah,
year as
your
well,
Jessica Jones
and all that kind of thing.
Yep.
So, what we have here at the list for the movies, we've got Gal Gadot as Wonder Woman.
Yep.
Chris Hemsworth from Thor Ragnarok.
Mhm.
Tom Holland from Spider-Man Homecoming, and I'll also put a little asterisk in there for RDJ for his performance in that movie because it was
Oh,
great.
yep.
And then Hugh Jackman for Logan, and then the aforementioned TV ones as well.
Mhm.
Alrighty. So it's best portrayal of a superhero.
Yep.
In some kind of visual medium.
Look,
Correct.
yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, best can be whatever you want it to be.
Sure.
Can be best looking, can be
Mm.
well,
that's Arrow.
whatever.
Yep. Well done.
Yeah.
Well done.
Well done, Stephen
Yeah.
Amell.
You get it every year.
And you
As long
will
as you keep doing
continue
that
to get it every
Thing
year.
where he gets the pole and he jumps up the.
The
Oh, man,
salmon
that's on
ladder.
YouTube.
Yeah.
I don't know if
Yeah.
you're aware of that, but you can watch that literally all the time.
There's a 10-hour video.
It's a 10-hour loop of Stephen Amell doing.
He goes up,
The salmon
It's
it
a
ladder.
goes
name
down,
for it.
goes
What
back
is
up
it?
again.
It's called the salmon ladder, and let's
Salmon
not pretend
ladder.
that I don't watch 10 hours of that every other day. Oh dear.
Oh dear.
So, what
So
do we think?
best superhero portrayal.
Go for it,
Yep.
Christopher.
Just-
Because
just
I've got
riff,
one.
just your
I don't
thoughts.
need to think
In my
about it.
mind, this
Yours.
one is sewn up. This
Go
is
for it.
sewn up because
Go
it's been
for
a
it.
year I just want to preface this by stating that no offense is meant to some of the great portrayals. It's probably one of the best years of superhero portrayals I can remember.
He's about
I
to offend some
loved
people.
Tobey Maguire as Spider-Man.
Mm-hmm.
That year is nothing on 2017 because we were inundated with great superheroes.
Yep.
We have the perfect Iron Man. We have a wonderful Spider-Man.
Mm-hmm.
We have the first Wonder Woman on screen
Ever.
in decades.
Yeah.
We have a great screen Batman. I didn't love the films, but I did love Ben. We have an amazing Flash in Grant Gustin. Look, I'm sorry to Ezra because I honestly thought that the bits that I have seen so far of Justice League, he's good. And I love him as an actor. Don't like the suit. And that's a big part for me. But we're inundated with great superheroes. Like Logan, Hugh Jackman is Wolverine.
Yeah.
I don't know if they can ever recast that.
It's going to be interesting.
Like, I didn't think they could recast Hellboy, but look, David Harbour looks great.
Mm-hmm.
But with all of that, and put all of that aside, because there is one, I think, perfect portrayal of a superhero, Melissa Benoit as Supergirl. She is Supergirl. She looks right.
Mm-hmm.
She has the right attitude. It's a legitimately hopeful show. It's perfect. There are no equals.
I have no arguments, but I've not seen the
You
TV
miss.
show
I
Supergirl.
honestly think you're missing. I think
Actually, no, that's a lie. I
all the-
was next to John one day while he was catching up in our break room.
Yep.
And he was watching some of it, and I was like, "Oh, Terry Hatcher, how you doing?"
Terry Hatcher.
And then
the
I focused
throwbacks
on-
in that show. Dean Cain.
I know, right? Like, how is it possible that we're meant
Erica
to forget?
Durance.
What's that?
Erica Durance is in that as well.
Who is Erica Durant?
She was Lois Lane from Smallville.
Durant.
And who was she in this?
She's most recently in the season 3 portraying Kara Zor-El's mother
Oh,
because that actress had to step aside, and so they just popped Erica Durance from Smallville in there.
That's so
Amazing
good.
casting.
Honestly, I knew she was recast, but she still looks really like she's taken over the role really well to the point where
For sure.
I had to double check that they had already replaced or if that was still coming. So
They replaced her, and it's it's old Lois from Smallville.
Melissa,
Yep.
calling you out as the bomb diggity.
That's good.
bo-
It's fair.
Thebomb.com.
My one, and I'm absolutely feel free to disagree, but this is based on how many superhero movies I have seen.
How many superhero movies?
Not a
have
lot,
you
my
seen?
friend. Not a lot. But my 2017 Poppy for greatest superhero
Yep.
would go to Will Arnett as Batman in Lego Batman.
Lego Batman is so good.
Sensational.
Sensational.
What a fantastic film.
Yeah, Will Arnett is amazing.
Yeah.
I love Will
Yeah.
Arnett.
I like that version of Batman. And I know it seems silly, and it seems because
Batman-
it's a child-aimed movie.
But Batman is a kind of it's a silly concept.
Yeah.
There's a lot to make fun of. with Batman.
Absolutely.
There's
And
so much material there.
Yeah, there
to
is.
just
I think
rip it on
that's
him.
sometimes where I find it's difficult with some of the modern interpretations of Batman,
Mhm.
where it's all just like grimdark fantasy. That I'm like, it is a man in a bat suit.
Yes.
He's basically a furry,
Yep.
isn't
Yeah.
he?
And the favorite thing, like right at the start, for those who haven't seen it, I'm really not spoiling anything. He walks in after he's got the first bad guy right at the start of the movie, puts the robe on, keeps the cowl.
Keeps the cowl on.
Keeps the
Keeps
cowl.
it, he's Batman, but in a robe. Just microwaving lobsters. It's fantastic.
It's so fantastic.
So
dear.
That's my Poppy.
That's good.
to Will Arnett's Batman. What about yours, John? You got a
I'm gonna go
Poppy?
with Gal Gadot as one
Gal Gadot's
because
one
honestly, I remember the feeling while watching that in the cinema, and it was, man, we just loved it so much. She did such a great job. It brought such awe and hope and wonder back to that universe.
Yeah, which had been pretty grim up to that
Which had
point.
been so grim. Oh my
Yeah.
god! And it made me excited for the disappointment that was to come. So so I mean, I'm gonna give him props for that.
Yeah,
just
absolutely.
single-handedly
Giving you
taking
hope
that universe on
for
the back.
Justice League is an achievement of itself. You should get a second Poppy for that. Second Poppy for
She will.
Dual Poppies.
I'll give it to you.
for Patty Jenkins maybe.
I'm just going to move right into
One for
them.
Patty, one for Gal.
At this point, I'm just going to chop and change. We're going to go to biggest disappointment. That's Justice League for me. Because, look, I really enjoyed seeing it, but
Yep.
it's supposed to be so much better than this.
Yeah,
They really have to get things right.
Yeah.
They've had so many successful movie franchises come from that studio with Warner Brothers, with the Harry Potters and the previous Nolan films, and even like the back of this, as far back as 78 Superman. You know how to make a good superhero film. You know how to do this. You've done it before.
I think, there were key mistakes made.
I'm not going to name anyone.
I think Zack Snyder was
You can
the
name
wrong guy
for sure.
for this.
We've talked about this in
I
so
think
much depth.
I think we've
I'm so raw.
I think we've put Zach through the ringer enough.
I'm so sorry, Zach.
yeah.
I hate you. But I hate what you've done to my films. The films I would love.
I
to
don't
see.
like your vision.
No,
Let's put it that way.
I don't
You
know
like
as a-
your vision.
I don't know
hope.
you. I don't know you as a person.
No.
You're fine.
I'm sure you're a
but
nice.
stop ruining my films.
I have no reason to think you're a nice dude, to be
But
honest.
how many people did this film go through before they went, yeah, no, it's a good film, let's film it?
I think at a certain point, once you've already made something,
Just roll.
you
with it.
can't just throw it all away and go, yeah, it wasn't worth it.
That's why we have things like Green Lantern. It still exists.
Yeah.
See,
Yeah.
I think Green Lantern is better than.
I haven't
Some of
rewatched
the
it. I haven't
other
gone
films
back
that
to be
we've
honest.
Hold on. Which one's that? Is that
The 2011
Ryan
Ryan
Reynolds.
Reynolds.
Oh,
Blake
okay.
Lively.
So who's
Smash.
Seth Rogen is also Green something as well, isn't
Green
he?
Hornet.
Green Hornet. Sorry.
Green Hornet.
Sorry.
Yeah, with old mate from Harold and Kumar.
Oh yes,
It is him.
it is him. Yep, absolutely,
And
100%.
from Star Trek, he plays the new Hikari Sulu
Because he plays Kato, right?
He plays Kato.
Yeah.
in the Green Hornet.
Yeah.
I haven't seen it.
Yes.
So I almost gave a culty to Henry Cavill for Superman.
Oh wow.
I really almost did.
As worst performance.
Superman
as worst
v Batman?
superhero. As
Yep,
worst
cool. I'll put that
portrayal
in.
of a superhero.
Worst superhero
Not
portrayal.
as a bad bloke or bad acting.
Why?
I just didn't think he was that Superman-y.
Who
Like,
was
I get that you can reimagine a character, and I want an actor to bring their own take to something,
Mm-hmm.
but
But
some
the
things
more
about a
Christopher Reeve you
character-
take, the better.
Yeah. True.
Yeah,
True.
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 Yeah, there are fundamental parts of Superman's character.
What about his Clark Kent?
Still shit.
No.
Okay.
Well, he wasn't.
difference.
Tom Welling has
mild-mannered.
given us the best Clark Kent there's ever been.
Here we go.
Hands down.
Here we go. This is a big
Wow.
Smallville.
He
call
had
here.
more time in that role than anyone else.
Sure,
He
he
clocked
was
more
a
mileage.
Wasn't
Good
he a
Clark
plumber?
Kent.
He was the best Clark Kent.
I still got to give that to Christopher Reeve.
Ooh. See, that's
okay,
where
you told me.
that's where I'm a
Reeve
Dean
set the
Cain
bar.
guy.
I think he's untouchable.
Oh,
I know, big call.
Dean
That's where I'm a
Cain.
Dean Kane guy. He's Clark
Yeah.
Kent. Loved it. Thought it was great.
I liked
Sure.
The Adventures of Lois and Clark.
Mhm.
I really
Yeah.
did.
Mhm.
I
We got all 4
preferred
seasons on
Dean
DVD.
Cain in.
I think we know why all three of
Ripley's
us,
Believe It or Not.
all three of us were
but-
watching it though. Wasn't
Probably at the
really
same
for the
time,
Dean Kane.
right?
Well, it wasn't for Dean Kane. It was for the Terry Hatcher.
I don't know what age I was when I was watching it, but I don't remember being that excited about Terry Hatcher.
Really?
No.
Yeah. So I think I was about maybe 14, 15.
To
Yeah.
set my backdrop, because I'm obviously 15, I was much younger when I watched it. I was at my grandparents' that had Foxtel, and
Well, what back in the 90s you were?
He
not
was
yet
-4.
born. Yeah.
yeah, for sure. And it was reruns. You can be
Okay.
reruns.
Yeah. Sure.
Yeah.
And all I remember is just the intro with the Superman logo coming up,
Yep. And the
It's
cape
Adventures and the
fluttering
cape
over
fluttering.
it. Yeah.
and I was like, I'm so sold.
Yep.
I'm so sold. on
100%.
this.
100%.
Biggest disappointment.
It's a TV one. So
T-
hopefully Gav will have seen it. It's not because of a performance. It's not because of a portrayal. 2017's biggest disappointment is Kevin Spacey. Because I loved Kevin Spacey. I loved House of Cards just so much. Frank Underwood is it's weird. Like he's clearly evil. He's clearly the villain, but at the same time, I kind of wanted to see him succeed, just so I could keep watching him do crazy stuff.
So how do you feel that the studio or Netflix has come out and said no? Robin Wright will continue the last.
Robin Wright
season.
will kill it. Have you?
Yeah.
Have you? I don't know how
I
much you
haven't.
guys
no,
have watched,
No.
but Robin Wright is spectacular in that show.
Let me first say, it's been a really good year for Robin Wright. Obviously, she's now taking over the helm of that show.
Yes.
She was a wonderful portrayal in Wonder Woman.
Oh,
And she's also a really solid turn-in for Blade Runner 2049.
I'm yet to see.
It's real good, dude. It's
So,
going to come up
this
as
has
one
been a
of my
stellar
films.
year for Robin Wright, and I hope it will be an even better 2018.
Oh, for sure.
I am looking forward to to more House of Cards because I love it.
Sure. If I'm going to throw out a culty for
Yeah.
something I was disappointed in 2017,
Mm-hmm.
there was a TV show, some of you might know it, some of you might not, called Powerless. So it was set in the DC universe.
Yes,
Yeah.
it was.
These people worked at Wayne Corp.
Oh, they actually
or
worked at
Wayne
Wayne
Industries,
Yeah.
designing new things for superheroes. Danny Pudi from Community, Vanessa Hudgens is
Alan
in it,
Tudyk.
and
Oh,
Ron
man.
Funches, one of my favourite comedians. He's in it,
Yeah.
and it lasted
It's-
maybe 7 episodes.
So was
so
it
bad.
disappointing because the show was no good, or because are you disappointed that?
I just
didn't
kind
continue.
of both. The show was okay. I
Yeah.
know why it was cancelled.
Yeah.
But when they explain the show to you, hey, we got a show that's going to be set in the DC universe. Some people are working at Wayne Corp. They design all these crazy things. Superheroes will be in and out. You go, oh, okay, yeah, I see where you're going. I'd like to see a couple of episodes. And then it just went to shit.
Yeah. So it went off the rails. It was just not a good show.
Yeah. No, the first couple of episodes are all right, and then you kind of go, oh yeah.
That's a shame. I
this is
feel
what they
bad
did
for Alan
last time.
Tudyk because I really like him.
Yeah, and I thought it was an all right show,
Yeah.
and I've watched a lot of
Sometimes
shows.
shows take longer than that to
They
find
do.
their feet.
Yeah, something like Studio 60 on the Sunset Strip. Now,
Oh.
I'm a big fan of Aaron Sorkin, love The West Wing, but it was up against 30 Rock at the same time. They both started at the same time, and they were both kind of the same concept.
Yeah.
Tina Fey won out on that. They cancelled Studio 60 after a season, and it was amazing. I
Yeah.
love that show. I still go back and rewatch it,
Yeah.
even though it's one season.
It's the weird thing about TV is that sometimes stuff has, it has a moment and the sun sets on it,
Mhm.
and we revisit it later and we realize, it was better, so much better than we.
Imagined
Deserved.
it was, yeah.
Do we call
We'll
it the
remember
Firefly effect?
Yes,
Yeah.
100%.
Absolutely, it's still weird to me today that they cancelled Firefly because something like Firefly wouldn't it still be doing great now?
You'd think
It would
so.
have killed it.
Except for Adam
years.
Baldwin, but
Yeah, Adam Baldwin's kind of a cockwomble, but it's
His
weird because
character got
not
shot.
as
Sorry,
an
he's dead.
actor. Like, I like his acting. I don't have a problem with his acting. I just had a problem with his activism. Bit of alliteration there. I'm a wordsmith, famously,
sure.
but I'm
After
good
a
at the
second
maths and the
30.
art. Not painting though. I'm not good at painting.
No, that's right.
Trying to paint my Warhammer models as a child used to drive me insane. Pretty much how I got my mum to do it.
All right, so do we want to jump into some poppies or some culties next?
I think why don't we just head down the list?
All
Should
right.
we- and at any point, if you want to call out like a speed
I
round.
don't know. I do, but I also want to end on a happy note, so I might just go down the culties first.
Okay, let's do. Why don't we just alternate? Go culty poppy,
All right.
and then just
So categories,
When
and
you
then
want to go happy,
Yeah.
just go
Yeah.
poppies till the end.
Easy.
And then just be like, end of podcast.
All right, cool.
End of podcast, like a Ron Swanson.
Yeah.
End of podcast.
I'm out.
So we want to do the worst film that you haven't seen this year.
The worst film that I have not seen.
So these are films that
Justice
you
League.
know that they are bad, but you
Shit.
have not seen them.
Justice League.
Cool. I'm going to go with The Mummy.
Ooh.
It's supposed
Now,
to be so
I have
bad.
not seen either of those.
Gun to my head. If
Gun
somebody
to
was
your
like,
head, gun to your balls.
watch a film and enjoy it. I'm going to try to watch The Mummy before I'm going to try to watch Justice League and
no.
enjoy it.
I feel like
Because
that's
I
a
could
mistake.
watch The Mummy
See, I'm the
and just
opposite.
watch tiny Tom Cruise running like a Lego man and just laugh my balls off if nothing else. Whereas Justice League, unless I can just mock it mercilessly and amuse myself, I'm going to be miserable.
Yeah. See, I'm the opposite of that. I would watch Justice League because I feel there would be some interest there. Whereas Tom Cruise, I want to mock him mercilessly.
Yep,
And
that's
you
totally
should.
fair.
I think it's the honourable thing to do.
Yeah.
I think if there's a resolution for 2018, we should all mock Tom Cruise more.
It's true. Listener out there, just take that one home. It's a gold nugget.
If you have
so
yet to make a resolution, then please piggyback on mine.
So there's some other films that we haven't seen that I just wanted to just shout out as a culty. As the next Transformers film that we had last year, the last
and the
night.
last Transformers movie, all the Transformers
What?
movies.
The last night.
They're
Transformers
just a
The Last
string
Night.
of culties, aren't they?
So much so.
Is the beef in that one still?
If you're talking about Mark Wahlberg,
I think you have to say it in the French accent.
So, it's
Le
Le Bouf.
Beef.
no.
Shire.
So that's
He's
they've,
done.
He's done. They've got Mark Wahlberg in for those ones, and he's
Wahlburgers.
tanking them amazingly.
Marky Mark and the Funky Bunch.
He's tanking them, you said?
Yeah,
He's just taking his huge beefy arms and he's just dragging them down to the dirt.
He's just using that shitty acting that he has in like such things as The Happening
Or
and
Daddy's Home.
Pain and
2.
Gain and Daddy's Home.
Actually,
and
Daddy's Home 2 would also be another film
Yep. 100%.
that I know is
Culty.
bad and I haven't watched.
Mhm.
I mean,
Yep.
it's got John Lithgow in it, which
and
I want to like it because I like John Lithgow.
30 Rock from the Sun, my friend. Amazing show.
Footloose.
Third Rock?
Oh, sorry.
Third Rock from the Sun.
30 Rock from the Sun. It's
a
on a
great-
planet yet to be discovered.
Yeah, but it's run by NBC Universal because it's 30 Rock.
Yeah.
Such a good one. Yeah, no, that and also Pirates 5.
Oh, God.
I don't think
There's
I watched.
another one.
I don't think I watched Pirates 4.
No.
I watched the one Pirates 3 where the bad guy was the sea, but also Davy Jones.
David Jones.
Isn't the bad
was
guy in
the
this
second
one?
one.
Who's the dude from
Javier
No Country
Bardem.
for Old Men? Yes.
Javier Bardem was the
Javier
bad guy.
Bardem.
Who was also in Mother
Oh, I haven't seen Mother.
with
but
Jennifer Lawrence.
is Mother good or bad?
It's confusing, and
'Cause it's-
very artsy.
Isn't it about
people
the
like
Earth?
it. It's an allegory for she's Mother Earth and he's God, but
Yeah.
the people that invade the house
And
are
they have a
humanity
baby
and he's
and-
torn apart.
Somebody eats the baby?
Yep.
Is that
Yeah, I'm
right?
not going to watch that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Nah,
it's
I don't
real
get it.
messed
That's
up.
going on my list of movies that are bad, and I'm not going to watch them.
Sure,
That would be too troubling.
Mm-hmm.
sure.
Yeah.
And as
What
far
was the Passengers? That was the one I was
Oh,
that was
thinking of.
2016.
With
That was
J-Law
Pratt.
and Pratt.
Praddy.
Yep.
Yeah. Like
Yeah.
them too as actors.
When so
like their chemistry on
when
Graham
was
Norton.
Get Out?
That was this year as well.
That was this year as well.
So that goes
Okay.
on the one of the best films I
Yep.
haven't seen.
Best
Yep,
films I
same.
haven't seen.
Same,
yeah.
haven't seen it.
Yep.
So on that list, we've got things like Get Out,
Yep.
Logan Lucky. Have you heard about Logan Lucky?
I have
Oh,
heard about
yes.
Logan Lucky. Yeah,
Supposed
it
to be
looks
really
really,
good.
Adam
really
Driver.
Good. Adam Driver and
Yep.
um,
What's his face?
Channing
Bond!
Tatum
That's him.
and Daniel Craig.
Daniel Craig is in it. Bond.
Bond. It's a Bond guy. No,
That is the Bond
Potato
guy that
Man.
isn't Pierce
Yeah.
Brosnan.
Didn't I see that when that came out?
I don't know.
I wanted to.
It's going to
definitely.
happen.
Do we have a list of movies that might have been good? I'm not sure.
So the Disaster Artist.
Oh
Yeah.
yes.
It's
But
supposed to
I
be
was
really
thinking
good.
of actually. I have a feeling it's not out yet. Actually,
No, it is.
the one.
No,
the one
no,
that
it
I'm
came
thinking of.
Oh right. What's that?
The Foreigner.
Oh, the
Pierce
Jackie
Brosnan
Chan.
and Jackie Chan.
That's not out yet.
That is not
that's
out yet.
yet.
Okay, that's something I'm looking
Um,
forward to in 2018.
That's one
Yeah,
where something.
absolutely.
Whenever we
his
do
daughter
that
dies or
podcast.
something, right?
Yeah, that's true. We've also got War of the Planet for the Planet of the Apes.
Yep.
That
Still
was-
haven't seen the middle one.
Nope.
Rise. I've seen Dawn.
Yep.
So,
So
I've seen Franco,
see Rise,
but not Gary Oldman.
and then you need to see this one, which is
War.
War.
Franco's in Apes.
Yeah.
Franco's in
Is
the
he
first
really?
He's in the very first one. Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
He actually puts in a pretty good turn
one. Lithgow is also in that one as well.
as the
As
dad.
the dad with dementia.
Oh,
he's the
Alzheimer's.
catalyst. The Alzheimer's. He's the catalyst for why
For
Franco's
why
making the
Franco's
drug.
making the drug that will cure Alzheimer's.
Gotcha.
The
Yep.
cure for Alzheimer's. It's called.
Yep, and you've also got. This one is one of the ones that could fall either way. Because we're gonna shout out Reese. Reese, love you. He loves this film. It's called Power Rangers.
Yeah, I love Reese.
Did
but
you
Nev-
see that?
Never
shout out
heard of
here,
it.
No, it's a bad film. I knew was bad without watching it.
Okay,
I
that's fair.
might watch it because there's a
He's
twist.
almost. He almost sold me.
Have you
on
ever
that.
seen it?
No,
Can I give you the twist?
please,
Yeah, sure.
It actually sounds really cool.
please.
We know the Power Rangers, yeah?
Yep.
Red, blue,
Yep.
black,
Yep. Pink.
etc. Yeah.
Yellow.
Pink, yellow.
Brown.
I think it's a brown one.
There was a green one and a white one.
Yeah. They were the special ones.
Same guy.
Yeah, same bloke.
Tommy.
Yeah. David Frank? Jason David Frank?
That's him. Yep.
Yeah.
3 names.
Great dude.
Yep.
Great dude.
Absolutely.
Can't trust a man with 2 first names, but you
No.
can trust a man with 3.
I have.
Check it out. Neil Patrick Harris.
Yep.
Good guy.
Yep. Good guy.
Jason David Frank.
Mhm.
Good guy.
Good guy.
The Power Rangers film.
Yep.
So it actually opens, spoilers for Power Rangers here, it opens with a fight with the existing Power Rangers in the ancient times. And Zordon,
You mean like traditional Chinese Power Rangers?
no, they still look the same as they do,
Okay.
but it's set in the distant past. So whether they're aliens or ancient humans and there was no evolution, I don't know.
Okay.
Point is, or time travel, whatever.
It's old.
Or not
Old.
as long ago as I think. I haven't seen it. But the twist is the old Power Rangers, Zordon was the original Red Ranger, and Rita Repulsa, the Green.
That's awesome.
And she turns on the team. She summons her big Goldman.
Sure.
And she attacks and kills most of them. And Zordon's consciousness is like uploaded to a computer system.
Yeah.
And that's why he's that sort of traditional Zordon type guy when we meet him later. And he's been holding on to the power of the Power Rangers.
Sure.
In the hopes of finding new Power
ones,
Rangers should Rita come back. So that concept is actually pretty exciting.
That's
Why did
sick.
she get kicked out, though?
She didn't get kicked out. She turned.
Oh,
She went
was just
rogue,
She
I don't want a
turned
part
on
of
the
it.
others.
All right, so if we had an
Which is
award
an
for the
interesting kickback for the original series because the Green Ranger was made by Rita Repulsa
Yeah, exactly.
as an antithesis to the Power Rangers.
Yeah, to fight against
So
him.
yeah,
Yeah.
so the idea that she has the power of the Green is kind of in keeping with the
Interesting.
original
Yeah,
canon.
okay.
That's cool. All right, some
And
other
JDF was in it, just to call out there. Jason David Frank has a tiny cameo in Power Rangers, and I almost want to watch it for that.
Okay.
That's good. Some other best films of the year. I'm just going to list a few. You may have not seen them. But so obviously Blade Runner 2049. You haven't seen yet.
No.
Good movie, haven't seen.
Split.
Oh, yes.
Apparently a really good movie.
So good.
Haven't
Like
seen.
a freaky movie at that too, though, right?
Yeah.
That's
it also-
why I didn't watch it.
it
So
also-
I find this, especially the mental, psychological torture kind of genre. Just it's too hard for me to watch.
Yep.
Oh my god, that's so good. So that also came into my return to form.
You put some bats in that movie, Chris is fucked.
For M Night
Yep.
or James McAvoy.
He was always great.
He was always great.
He's always been great.
He's always been
You got John Wick 2. Really,
John
really
Wick
fun.
2, yeah.
It's a good time out. Baby
I know-
Driver as well.
Yeah,
I
Baby
did
Driver's
not
another
see it.
one that throws me for a loop because
It's so good.
Kev is in it, and I haven't seen it, but it'll be the first Kevin Spacey property I watch post finding out he's a shitlord.
Try to focus less on him and focus more on Edgar Wright and what his direction is, because Edgar Wright
Nice.
he's
How good is
amazing.
Edgar
Yeah.
Wright? I love it.
So just ignore Spacey. You know what? You can fill that role with anyone. Like Spacey's role could be filled with anyone. So just
2017 went by really quickly for me.
Yep.
Was The World's End the Edgar Wright film? That was ages ago.
that was
wasn't it?
ages ago.
Yeah.
Damn it.
That was like 2015.
It was really good though. Just as a shout out.
That's good.
Shout out.
Shout out.
Poppies from 2 years ago.
Yeah.
That's it.
The retroactive poppy goes to anything Edgar Wright does in any year.
Of course.
There you go. You've also got some here. So I've got the best comedy.
Mm.
And I looked through a lot of films, and there was so many that were.
Can I give it for TV?
Please tell me Lego
you
Batman's
can.
in there.
Okay. Best comedy for TV, I'm giving it to The Good Place.
Oh, fantastic TV
Netflix
show.
2017.
solid.
The lovely Kristen Bell.
Yep.
The wonderful Ted Danson.
Oh,
Oh, the beautiful Ted Danson.
yep.
Oh, what a
That's
show.
Mm-hmm.
Fantastic.
From the guy
So-
Michael Schur, who created the American Office, Parks and Recreation.
Oh.
Yeah, it's one of his babies.
Yeah, it's a really good show. I can't wait for it to keep
really good.
going. I can't think of a comedy that I've enjoyed as much.
There you go.
Not immediately springing to mind.
I'm going to be in the same boat with you on that one.
Yeah,
100%.
The Good Place. It's a
Yep.
really good show. If you
Great
haven't
show.
seen it, please watch it.
Haven't seen it.
ASAP.
I will
before
definitely
someone
watch it.
spoils
My
for
wife has seen the whole thing.
you.
Yeah.
Before someone
Um,
spoils it for you, watch it.
Now, is it a Netflix? Because when it first season was NBC, NBC picked it up.
Yeah.
Is it now a Netflix show?
It's got. I thought it was a Netflix only show because it's got the big Netflix
Yeah,
banner on
right.
it when you watch it
So
on
they,
Netflix.
they must have bought it.
They must have bought it or picked it up.
I think for what I did, because I haven't
Comedy?
seen too many comedies this year, but The House. Have you guys seen The House?
Oh, Will Ferrell, Amy Poehler,
Yep.
and
No.
Jason. Oh,
Can't
Bateman?
pronounce his name.
yes, correct.
Yep.
Bateman,
No.
It's a long name.
Jason the Voorhees.
No, he's Greek.
yeah. I want to see that though. Will Ferrell, Amy Poehler, and Jason.
I have seen.
Jason Voorhees in like a sort of like a rom com. Will
yeah.
they? Won't they be murdered? By
You
Jason?
love them in the house. What about the swamp?
So good.
Yeah, The House was a great movie.
the
it was,
Murder House.
Yeah.
All right, here's some ones. I'm going to quick fire at you. Best newcomer. What are your thoughts? I had Daphne Keane, who played Laura X-23 in Logan. It was her first film.
Oh wow, newcomers!
That was
I
her
haven't thought
first
about that.
film.
It was her first film.
Wow.
She knocked it out the
Oh.
damn park.
I don't know if it's his first film. What about Tom Holland?
No, it's definitely not his first
Civil
film.
War would
Is
have been
it?
at
Is
least,
it his
if anything.
first like
His first lead role.
lead? Yeah, I'm
Yeah,
gonna
it's
give
the
it.
first lead.
Yeah,
Yep.
Because you've already given it to Laura, I kind of want to, but I'm going to have to pick something else, so I'm going to go Tom Holland.
Sure.
I was going to go Millie Bobby Brown, but
Oh!
I realised that that's 2016, so it
Yeah.
doesn't count. 11 from Stranger Things.
Yeah.
She's
Who was the guy
fantastic.
that played Pennywise in It, though? Opposite the
that's-
other guy
no,
from
that's the
Stranger
dude
Things.
from
Steven
Split,
Skarsgård
isn't
or
it?
something his name is.
Skarsgård was in Split,
Was
wasn't
he?
Same person, isn't it?
That's James McAvoy.
Oh, okay, sorry.
Yeah, James
Yeah.
McAvoy.
Skarsgård was great.
He was. I haven't seen that film for obvious reasons, but
It's on my list of
very scary.
very scary
Very
films.
scary. He
Mhm.
probably lives at that house
There you go.
just to get in character. Just rents it out. To
Just
get
rents
in
it
the
out.
film. Yeah.
So I've got also most improved. I've got Harry Styles from Dunkirk,
Oh, yeah, he had a guestie in that, didn't he?
and he was really good.
I thought you were going to say Henry Cavill.
Henry Cavill.
Henry Cavill's mustache.
Nah,
Because
most-
maybe
yeah,
he'll get
growing
that-
facial hair does not
Maybe
count
he'll
as
get that this
improvement.
year with Mission Impossible 6. But that
Dude,
remains
that
to be seen.
mustache better have a scene of its own.
It should be
It
the
should
villain of
be
the
the
next
villain.
one.
It should be the villain.
No,
Put me
don't
onto the
give them
mustache.
ideas. It
Sentient
shouldn't be
mustache.
Tom
any
Cruise.
I think
others.
that's what the Mission Impossible needs.
I'm giving it most improved. Seems real. It kind of seems like a really detrimental thing, but I'm giving it to Robin Wright for Wonder Woman.
Ooh,
Only
okay.
because I had never seen her in that capacity.
Oh, for
I saw
sure.
her as a badass in House of Cards, if you've seen it.
Yep. But
And just amazing in that film and that show, and just a range of acting chops. But seeing her as a proper superhero.
Yeah, well, prior to that, my memory from Robin Wright was just like as Princess Buttercup from The Princess Bride.
Yeah, hell yeah. Robin
Oh
Wright-
my
when-
God, that
when
was
she
Robin Wright.
That's
She was
Robin
Robin
Wright.
Wright Penn when she was married to Sean Penn back in the day. Yeah,
My brain is literally melting.
That's Robin Wright.
yeah.
Oh,
that's her.
wow.
Yeah, Princess
How about
Buttercup.
that?
Wow.
Princess Bride
Wow.
to badass Amazonian.
Wow.
She's amazing.
And my most improved is going to go to Zach Galifianakis, who was the Joker in the Lego Batman movie.
Was he?
Yes.
Yeah, no, he was good. That was really awesome.
Yep.
All right, this is one of my favorite ones. Best hair. I'll read out some nominees. Chris.
The nominees are.
The nominees are Chris Hemsworth.
Oh, the new
Thor
Thor.
Ragnarok.
New
Yep.
do and Thor
Yep, I
Ragnarok.
see it.
Because he, I was pretty apprehensive when he was going to get his hair cut, but man, he rocks it.
He does rock it.
Ugh,
Can
He
you give it
continues
to
to
someone
look-
from a trailer?
absolutely good looking with it. Sorry?
Can you give it to someone from a trailer?
Listen to the list.
What do you
So, obviously, you got Chris Hemsworth, Thor Ragnarok, Chris Evans' beard from the Infinity War trailer.
That's
I
where
knew you were
was
going.
Yeah, that's where I was going. Yeah.
It's so good. You got Henry Cavill's mustache,
Oh god.
I'm giving it.
and you've got Joe Keery from Stranger Things 2.
I'm going. I'm
Yes,
going to
Steve.
go off menu.
100%.
I'm going to go off menu again. I'm giving it to
Fine.
Daisy Ridley for The Last Jedi.
Yes.
The
Okay.
Ray hairdo
Yeah.
is
It's
so,
so
cool.
iconic.
I would get the Ray hairdo if I could because it's actually super cool. Gavin, you should get the Ray hairdo because you're the only one of us who could.
It's so true.
I'm going to back you up with Steve.
Steve from
That
Stranger
hair
Things.
was amazing.
Oh, Steve from Stranger Things.
Yeah.
His hair is amazing.
Yeah.
His
Yeah.
hair is
Same with
amazing.
Dustin, to be honest.
Yeah.
Yeah,
His hair, the little
but
curly
it does a thing.
2-minute noodle thing that he's got going on. Love it.
Pretty good.
Love it.
The Justin Timberlake from NSYNC.
Yeah,
days,
exactly
kind
right.
of.
Or the Rob Buff from Family Feud, if you happen to remember.
Oh, jeez. Oh, dear. Best animated film. There wasn't many, but Lego Batman.
Yeah. Oh,
Come on.
huge.
Easy.
Best animated film.
Wasn't there some animated films too?
There was Coco, and there was
Oh,
No,
Moana.
Before that. What was the...
Moana.
Moana. That was not this year.
It was
No,
definitely.
yeah, it was this year.
2017 was
Yeah.
it?
What's there was a rabbit movie where Chris Rock played a rabbit or something as well.
I'm double checking Moana. I thought it
I'm
was
double
right.
checking it because I think it was Moana.
I think like
Moana was last year.
when pets stay
It's
at home by
2016.
themselves.
Damn it!
Really?
Absolutely cool
Then
that
I'm
one.
giving it to the
I saw that one.
Incredibles 2 trailer.
Oh, that's a good call too.
Fair.
Yeah.
That's totally
Hey,
fair.
it was released last year.
If you're going to play hardball, I'm going to play
Yeah,
hardball.
alright. No, that's fair enough.
That's fine. All right. Let's have a look at. I said least improved. I did Johnny Depp.
Least improved.
Johnny Depp. He's slid back. He's backslid in for Pirates and also
Yeah,
just
he's
as
just
a human
phoning
being.
it in now.
He's just phoning it in.
Yeah, least improved.
Isn't he in the Harry Potter prequel thing?
Yeah, the Tales of Grindelwald or some shit.
Crimes of Grindelwald.
Shit's going down with that, right?
Well,
they
because
can't
he's a
actually-
wife-beating piece of crap.
Yeah,
right?
absolutely.
Yeah. Like, I don't, yeah.
Best
He is,
remake
though.
or reboot. I did Spider-Man: Homecoming and or Blade Runner.
Best
Remake or reboot.
remake or
You've also got
reboot.
Jumanji is in that as well.
Jumanji's not out yet, though.
Jumanji is out.
Jumanji's
Is
It
it?
came out
Yeah.
last year.
Oh,
100%.
I'm gonna flip the script. I'm gonna give it a culty.
Flip it.
A culty for best movie. So the worst reboot, The Mummy.
Yes, of
Don't
course.
I see what you've
remake
done there.
a classic.
Yep.
Nah,
I mean, obviously they will anyway, because if there's money to be made, Hollywood will come for it.
it's
But-
true.
The Mummy is one of those weird movies that I don't think could be well remade, because it's this weird kind of
It's
like
a genre mix, eh?
yeah, it is
Action, comedy, and horror.
yeah.
So
Because
good.
there's some gore as well. Like
Yeah.
yeah, there's some really gory bits, like where old mate sticks his hand in a wall, and he uses the thing that's on his wrist to unlock a door, and then when he pulls it out, his hand and arm have been eaten to the bone.
This
And
is
like
the new one.
no, this is in the old one.
The best
and
one.
that's why
This
I
is the
don't
Brandon
think
Fraser. Yeah.
I don't think it
For
can be
sure.
remade, because it's just this weird, bizarre mix. And I can't think of an actor today, maybe other than The Rock,
Mm-hmm.
who has the right mix of charisma to sell a movie like that.
And he
The
was
Rock probably could.
he was the Scorpion King, so you can't put him in a remake.
Leave me with that one.
They
I
can't.
reckon there is someone
They
who
couldn't recast him in a Mummy movie that also had Brendan Fraser.
Yeah.
I want to do another Mummy movie, and just give me old Brendan Fraser.
Can we put Paulie
Because the
Shaw
Brendan
in there as
Fraser's
well?
movies, well, they were in their 20s or something, right? Like ages ago.
Yeah.
They're in the past.
Like Encino Man.
Yeah, so jump forward 30 years.
Yeah.
Give me an older sort of a character to fill that role, and bring back a wizened, older Brendan Fraser.
Yeah.
Some grey hair, some
Yep.
chub maybe, to the face, not the...
Oh,
And
jeez.
thanks for listening to Popular Cults.
Sorry, for anyone who wasn't thinking about Brendan Fraser's dick.
You're curious, George.
You've now been enriched.
So the name of Brendan Fraser's dick is Curious George.
It's George of the Jungle. Mate. That's where he is.
Oh yeah, sorry, I'm thinking of the monkey and not the dude from the jungle.
Yeah, but I like it. It was a good
Thank you.
throwback.
All right.
Curious George.
Other than that, what I'd love to talk about just very quickly is just some news and or things that maybe are upcoming.
There's some 2018 things, like what are we looking forward to? What are we not
Yeah.
looking forward to?
I've got a
What are
few things
we-
I can rattle off for that. Is that right?
Let's do it.
We've got Black Panther,
Yes.
Yes.
Avengers: Infinity War,
Yes.
Delish.
Solo: A Star Wars Story.
Ooh.
Trepidation.
Nervous.
Trepidation.
Nervousness there.
Disney's just raking in the cash, aren't they?
Oh, mate, they're making money hand over fist. That's what Disney do.
Mm-hmm.
The Solo film on paper looks like it
Who's
doesn't.
young-
It looks like something I wouldn't be excited about, but then
You're gonna watch it anyway.
I am
Who's young
excited about
Solo? Who is it?
I can't remember.
Yeah.
Because is this the one that Donald Glover's
Donald Glover
young,
is young Lando Calrissian.
but we
Yeah.
don't know who young Solo is.
I don't know who
Okay.
young Solo is. No.
Well,
Well, I'm sure we can find out.
The internet knows, and the internet says it's Alden Heinrich.
Yep.
Oh, yeah, great. Yeah, he was
Yeah.
awesome in that German movie.
You've also got
that I.
Emilia Clarke is in it.
Oh,
as,
nice.
as well
okay.
as Paul Bettany,
Yeah, Paul Bettany. Okay.
Woody Harrelson, and Warwick Davis.
Heinrich or Heinrich?
Warwick Davis.
Warwick Davis is in every Star Wars
Heinrich.
film.
Some other ones we got here: The Commuter. Have you heard of this one?
Oh,
No.
Liam Neeson
Liam Neeson. So basically, I've heard this is Taken,
on a train.
On
or
a
something.
train.
Yeah.
where Taken meets what was that Jake Gyllenhaal movie?
Source code.
Source Code. Taken meets Source Code. Literally the same plot.
How did I know you were talking about source code?
I don't know who you
Jake
are.
Gyllenhaal-
Because we just
Jake Gyllenhaal's
Well,
had
same.
more. But I mean, the thing is, what is it? He's just gonna be on a different car, Liam.
But I have
Like-
a particular set of skills.
Yeah, just
Oh,
walking from
so-
carriage to carriage,
and a
opening doors.
Mikey card.
Yeah, I'm not
Yeah,
excited
but-
for that one.
Exactly. All you need to do is just every station, stick your head out the train.
Yeah.
If a bloke gets off and runs,
Yeah.
follow
Shoot
him.
him.
Yeah,
Yeah,
just
from
shoot
the
him.
train.
Stay on the
So
So
you
train.
a
don't have to get off
maximum
the
of what 20 to 30 times, then you're done. You figured it out.
Yeah.
Nah,
You
you pick
beat
you
him.
pick your stations. You go Melbourne Central. Boom,
If he gets
got
off
him.
at Mount Mulgrave, then
Yeah.
no, it's fine. He's just trying to get home.
Gets off at Moorabbin.
Just trying to catch. Cause sometimes I run off the train. I'm trying to catch the bus.
Yeah,
You
of
know,
course,
there's a
of course.
connecting bus.
You got
and
the
want to catch you.
connections.
Bloody Liam Neeson comes out of nowhere. Bang!
Mate, he was
I'm
just
sorry.
about to get on the bus 37. Like,
Oh,
what's your
jeez.
problem?
Exactly.
Here's a few that you won't watch, Chris. Insidious, The Last Key. Slender Man.
They're making a Slender Man film.
They're making a Slender Man film.
Is it
That
going to have Nick
seems-
Cage in it?
That seems. Oh, it would, wouldn't it? He would be. He would be all over that.
Yeah, absolutely. the Wicker Man and the Slender Man.
Oh, jeez.
He's just trying to get them all. You know, he wants to be every Mega Man villain.
Absolutely.
That's it. Some things that you may watch. X-Men Dark Phoenix.
I will catch up on Apocalypse.
Yep.
It just looked really bad. If I'm honest, I'm sure it's available to stream
It's
now,
okay.
so I'll catch up.
It's okay. Venom.
Oh,
I'll stream Venom. Venom's not worth
Interesting.
watching at the cinema.
interesting.
Tom Hardy's great, but there's nothing. I mean, if they did it as a horror movie, like give me a Venom movie before he's had any encounters with Peter Parker.
Sure.
Give it to me as like a monster that takes different forms and takes people over.
Like
and,
The Thing.
yeah. Give
John
me a proper
Carpenter's The
alien
Thing.
type movie. You know, trapped on a space station. Something is shown up, like Life promised to be that Ryan Reynolds vehicle.
Yep.
But then by the end of the trailer, you realized how boring it was going to be.
I think if Venom's done with the Bane mask, I'll be happy.
Yeah, everything's good with the Bane mask.
Absolutely.
You know? I do love a good Bane. If I can get civil material for my Bane collection as well, that'd be really good.
It's the only reason I mentioned it is because
Do
I
you want
want
to
you
read
to
some
do
of
it.
these titles out?
It's
It's funnier to watch him do
It's
it.
too muffled.
for throwing him out of plane.
That's better.
That's better.
Let's say The Incredibles 2.
Incredibles 2.
Going to be a great movie to see.
So that's obviously we got Incredibles 2 this year.
Ah. Yes.
We got Jurassic World 2.
Oh yeah, looking forward to that.
Really? I'm not.
I'm a Pratt fan. I like Pratt.
As time goes on, I still love Pratt, but I'm more and more missing Fat Pratt.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Only
So
because-
Andy Dwyer. Pratt.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
it's, I mean, it's
you like-
harder for me as a fat person to identify with gorgeous Chris Pratt. And let's face it, that's what he is. You know, it's Pratt from the best
Star
timeline.
Lord, man.
But Andy Dwyer, you know,
Ugh.
He's the people's man.
he is
It's the people's
true.
man.
mate.
Yep.
Burt Macklin, FBI.
Hell yeah.
We've got The Predator. There's a new remake of
What?
The Predator coming. Let me be clear, though. It is directed by Shane Black. Your man. Known from such things as Kiss Kiss, Bang.
Kiss Kiss Bang Bang. Yep.
The Iron Man 3, your favorite Iron Man.
Admittedly, it's a guilty pleasure of mine.
The Predator is coming out again, and he's directing it, and I'm excited to see
I'm
what
excited. Do you reckon
Eddie-
it's going to be set around Christmas? I just recently found out from
Everything's-
another podcast that every Shane Black film is basically set around Christmas.
I mentioned that the other day, yeah.
Any
Yep, 100%.
word of
I think it will be.
Schwarzenegger being in it? As a cameo?
No,
Is he usually?
don't know.
Well, he's in Predator.
Oh, yeah. Sorry, I thought
Yeah,
it was
but
another.
there's been like-
I thought it was another Shane Black
No,
thing.
There's also been like 4 Predator sequels, and he's not been in any of them,
And he
so
hasn't been in those. no.
Yeah.
stakes aren't high. Aquaman comes out this year.
Ooh.
Yeah. Meh.
Shot on the coast of Queensland, I understand.
Ooh.
There you go. I'll see you soon.
Yeah. Okay. I mean, I guess if I wanted
I'm
to
saying-
understand more about Queensland tourism, I might watch. Aquaman in that scenario.
If Aquaman doesn't step on a jellyfish, not worth it.
Yeah.
Movie's not worth it.
Not worth it.
Why would you advocate for the killing of jellyfish?
Okay, they're evil.
It's Queensland. You're going to find out very shortly.
Oh, jeez.
Jellyfish fucking everywhere.
Yeah, they're like, but plus also they're freaky. They're like an evil bag.
An evil shopping bag.
Oh, let's end the show there. They're like an evil bag.
Oh,
Popular
jeez.
cult.
Ocean's 8, Deadpool sequel.
Ocean's 8 looks good.
It does.
Ocean's 8
I'm
looks
all
good.
for it.
I'm all for it.
I'm all in.
And I like.
I'm I'm all in, mate.
Oh, don't become one of
I
them.
see the pun.
The Zack Snyder all in.
Isn't it
mofos.
fashion based though? Don't they?
Seriously, there was a whole Twitter thing where dudes, and I'm sure they were all dudes, changing their Twitter handles to let everyone else know they were hashtag all in, as in
For fuck's sake.
I'm gonna see Justice League. That's what it meant.
Yep, and I'm taking that,
And then I'm
applying it to whatever I
ignoring-
want.
And I'm ignoring the criticism that says that it's no good, the early reviews that said it was no good, the trailer, which I felt like made it clear it was no good, the fact that they had to change directors, and he reshot a huge amount. He didn't just finish it. He was like, this is not worth saving. Let's redo as much as we can and put this trash fire out. They ignored that. They're like, it must be good. I don't know why they felt that it had to be good, but it wasn't.
Well, I'm bringing it back. 2018, Ocean's 8. I'm all in.
All in for Ocean's 8.
Hashtag all in.
Hashtag all in for Ocean's 8.
And then
I
obviously-
reckon Ocean's 8 will suffer from Ghostbuster syndrome.
Oh, for sure.
It definitely will.
You'll have
Which will
I
just be
hope
where
it
just
doesn't.
dudes will just brigade it because
Yeah.
it's a remake of something.
It's 2018.
They've decided they liked retroactively. Like, I don't understand how all these, like, die-hard, dyed-in-the-wool Ghostbusters fans just appeared like poltergeists around the arrival of this movie. No, I don't hear anybody talking about Ghostbusters in my normal life.
No. But does
But then-
Ghostbusters, the original movie, still exist?
You
Yes.
can go watch
What's
it.
the fucking problem?
Exactly.
What is the problem?
It's still...
Go and watch it whenever
It's
the fuck you
famously
want.
still there.
Yeah.
They didn't actually tape over it like my mum,
Could you
like
imagine?
taping Coronation
didn't put
Street
the
over
little
my like
They didn't put the tape in
recordings
there.
of Dragon Ball Z or whatever.
Oh, God.
Thankfully, she never
They
taped
pop
over
that little tab
my-
so you can
yeah,
record.
exactly. My favorite tape, which I never thought to do that to, where I used long play to fit
Oh,
Richie
nice.
Rich and Batman Forever on one VHS tape.
way.
The
Mate.
golden tape, mate.
I didn't choose the Skux life.
That the Skux like chose you.
I did.
So that's it for, I think, this year as
Yeah.
far as it
Oh,
come up.
One more.
One
One more good movie that I didn't see.
Okay.
The Hunt for the Wilder People.
Mm.
Just because I made a quote from it just now. Taika Waititi, comedy, set in the New Zealand bush. Starring, it was because Sam Neill. You guys never even saw a trailer for this? The Hunt for the Wilder People.
That sounds familiar to me.
Yeah.
But the only Sam Neill movie I remember recently wasn't he in a movie with a kid and he was wearing a hat or something, but it was Australian.
That is The Hunt for the Wilder People.
Oh, that's the one.
We're talking about the same film.
Oh, okay, great. yeah.
Hey, Brew.
So, yeah.
Oh, Brew, what was that word you were trying to teach me the other day?
It's not a great New Zealand accent. I don't know if it's better than Gav's or
drink
worse
some
than
L&B
Gav's.
and you'll be fine.
Oh, no.
No, you're trying too hard.
No.
Say it in your normal Australian accent, but drop it an octave. Every vowel is
Oh,
a U.
no.
Oh, no.
Oh, no.
Oh, no.
Oh, no.
You're right, oh, no.
Oh,
It's
no.
no good.
That's no good.
Do you guys want to go to Burger King? Maybe grab a cheeseburger?
So-
What's on your list, John?
I just want to shout out each week, in and out of this show, we have an amazing band who let us use their music.
Yeah, thanks so much.
Thanks so much, Ghost Inside.
Yeah.
We love it, by the way. That's why we use it.
I've got 2 of your vinyls now. You're bloody great.
Mate, we're making money for them now.
Mm-hmm.
They probably made more money from this show from you buying 2 vinyls than
If
we've
you don't
made.
listen to the Ghost Inside,
true.
you're a ghost to us.
Ooh, wow.
Shade. He's throwing more shade.
Yeah, wow. So they're going on the list. People who don't listen to the Ghost Inside.
Yep.
That's
Yep.
fair enough.
Alongside neo-Nazis
Add them to that short list you have.
and
We'll
McDonald's.
add them. We shall add them. That's cool. I think that's going to wrap the show up this week.
I think so, because Gavin wants to leave.
It's true. He's
I
enjoyed
mean,
his time.
in the nicest way possible.
No,
Yeah.
you
No,
didn't
nice
say
way.
that. You said that the latest.
Gavin, if people do want to connect with you, where can they find you?
Yeah,
You know
Where'd
what?
you want
My Twitter handle is Gavin_Joel, Joel.
Like Billy Joel.
That's correct.
Yeah.
Yep.
I've people look at me and they've seen that name written down. They're like, Joel. I'm like, no,
Big Superman
no,
fan.
yeah.
Jor-El.
It's like Kal-El.
Jor-El.
You
but
need to
just
change it to
spelled
Gavin
the
Jor-El.
country.
Yeah, I do.
Gavin_Jor-El.
Exactly right.
I'm going to start that account if you have it. And I'm just going to tweet every one of your tweets again,
Yeah,
but with a Superman flavor each
You should
time.
just start it with my son.
my
My
son.
son.
Yeah, absolutely.
My thumb.
That's great. That's so good.
My thumb.
Love
Some
it.
accents are just a basic thing, right? Like that's just
True.
a
a
man
one-piece thing.
with a lisp.
Yep.
Whereas Bane is just Sean Connery in a Darth Vader mask.
Sean Connery plus Darth Vader equals Bane.
Exactly.
Done.
I have diluted art down to simple maths.
Yep. And I can get on board with that.
3 + 3 - 1 quick maths.
Ever
Man
the
is
freestyler
not
and-
hot.
Thank you for coming, Chris. Ever the freestyler and Data Whiz.
Wow, was it a Bomb Funk MCs reference?
I'm just saying.
You rock the microphone.
I do.
rock the
I do the
microphone.
microphone. Straight from the top of
Where
it.
can people find you rocking their worlds?
People can find me on the Twitters at CA Edgerton. You can just guess the spelling. I'm just not going to read out every
Is
letter of my
it
Twitter
like
handle.
our good friend Joel Edgerton?
Yeah, exactly. Joel Edgerton.
Same spelling.
I think it's
Oh,
not,
jeez.
unfortunately.
Oh, okay,
I
sorry.
think it's the same as Taryn, but the opposite to Joel.
Just look up an Edgerton.
Look at the way you would think you would spell it, and you're wrong. It's not that.
It's close though.
It's close, but it's not that.
You
John,
can
where
fi-
can we find you on
you can
on
find
the
me
webs?
on the Twitters as well at Real Jetty.
At Real Jetty, you've taken them from the Donald Trump school of Twitter handles.
So true. Yeah,
I think we
wanted
all
to make a
I think-
statement.
Are
to
we
all
all
the
going to change our Twitter handles between now and
Yeah,
this episode
absolutely.
airing?
I just wanted to make a statement to all the fake jetties.
Well, the other thing is we can go to popular_cult_podcast, and that's not the handle, is it?
No,
I
so
think it's just at.
at popular_cult.
Oh, that's even better.
And then you can also look up popular cult on Facebook as well,
Yep.
and like that. And
You can
on
like
there
it.
we
You
will
can
share.
do a share.
Yeah.
You can do a comment.
Yep, we
Let us know
we'll
what
see
you
it.
think.
John added me to that page, and I'm getting so many notifications now. It's happening.
it's coming up.
Yeah.
It's coming up.
Facebook's got numbers on it all the time on my phone.
It's true. It's true.
I want them
Yeah. So if you want the
to
latest
know.
news, that's where you go.
Yeah, it is.
We'd love
Not
it.
just about the podcast either.
No,
Yeah.
just regular news.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
we generally just retweet
We
and
have
or
a
like
ticker.
share
News.
CNN or
Yeah,
something.
We have a
Exactly.
ticker that runs down the bottom of the screen.
Correct. Yeah.
Yeah.
If
You
you want
can't
the
see
latest-
it because it's a podcast.
Yep.
But
Yeah.
It's
But-
there.
it's
It's there.
I can let you
It's
know that in
definitely
Melbourne
there.
tomorrow it's going to be 39 degrees.
It
It's
is.
sunny.
and there's a sale on the PSN store, up to 60% off.
Ends when, Chris?
It ends
The 19th of the 1st.
19th. Thank you, Gavin. 19th of the 1st. Now it's over to you for weather. Wow. So the first poppies. Done.
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 That's something off the bucket list. Make up and complete an awards
How
ceremony.
many fucking lists do you have?
I've got multiple lists. I'm busy.
Busy man.
I've got post-its
Oh,
and a pen.
God.
You know, I got stuff going on.
Oh, my. I've been Gavin.
I have been Chris,
I've been John.
and it's been wonderful having you with us this evening. Good night.